questions?
Speak Spanish.
Thank you very much. Ms. Romiola, you get the question started.
So, you foresee as you continue on this darker, harder path that you're on, trail, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Do you foresee obstacles that can push you into this idea of labeling yourself a failure and giving up again?
Yes, I do. But those challenges and I guess you can say learning experiences, you said it yourself very well. Fail fast, fail often. If I have these challenges in the future that are gonna, challenge me to label myself a failure because they're gonna be hard. They're not gonna be hard enough not to learn from them, not to overcome them because it's really, I believe now that there's really nothing impossible to overcome. So yes, they're gonna be hard challenges. They're gonna push me to label myself as a failure, but I won't stay as a failure. Yes.
What do you think the best way is to teach your peers about a growth mindset? So I think it could be kind of hard to teach someone a growth mindset because you can tell them that it's related to positive things like better grades and you respond better to challenges. But if someone just believes that intelligence is genetic, it's going to be how can you convince them that that's not true? What kinds of things can you say to them, or what kind of evidence would you give?
Well, I believe that you can make an argument verbally. There's these effects of having a growth mindset, but by thinking that you're gonna have a growth mindset and get all these effects, you're being a fixed mindset person. So growth mindset, you grow on it. It's more of I'm doing like all my teammates. They said it perfectly. You do things out of your own will, out of your own purpose. You want to do something because it's interesting to you. So to really answer your question, it's to I guess you can show evidence of how growth mindset people tend to succeed more or tend to achieve their goals, whether it takes them longer or shorter, but they're always after that overall objective. So.
Do you think that's so when we usually teach people about a growth mindset, we don't tell them that there's a thing called a growth mindset. We just tell them that intelligence is something that can change and that your brain forms new connections and it gets stronger and smarter. Do you think that knowing that there is such a thing as like a growth mindset versus this other way of thinking is more or less convincing than learning about like how the brain can grow? I'm just curious for my own work.
I'm not sure of the question, but it's a very hard concept to understand. And yes, you really wouldn't name it a growth mindset, but I don't know how to answer your question.
What's more convincing to you? Like, do you think it's more? Does it make you more convinced that you should have a growth mindset because, like, if you hear about how the brain can grow and how it's plastic, or do you think it's more convincing to hear about how people with a growth mindset have achieved these great things? Like, which one do you feel like for yourself?
I believe for myself that learning about growth, like I guess about all these studies about how the brain works, how the pictures of like I guess you say with the brain, how dendrites, you grow dendrites, and every time you think about new things, there's some type of mass that increases in your brain. It's very interesting, and I guess you can connect all these things into telling somebody why your growth mindset, I guess it's a better choice, or just I guess we can tie it up to happiness, I guess, and just what makes somebody happy. And Lisa said that she talked about being happy as one of the products of a growth mindset, and
How does it make you feel? The difference between how you felt when I told you 2 months ago and how you feel now thinking about the work you have left to do.
I feel, before I felt like, oh my god, so much work. Now I feel like I just really can't wait to fail and get up from it and hopefully fail again in order to learn from it. You know, it feels like you have a safety net under you. It feels empowering that you really, there's nothing that can block you from achieving what you want to achieve.
Do you think that by talking about a growth mindset and not just talking about perhaps what you were mentioning, telling people, you can grow your, practice, grow your intelligence and, work on it, you can extend it to other, things, not just like that, intelligence, but multiple intelligences in multiple,
You can,
contexts.
growth mindset can not only, I guess, you can not only tie it academically, you can tie it emotionally, how you look at things when you fell in a relationship, how you value the, I guess you can say, the things that went wrong, and how you can think of getting up from those things, and how to pursue the next steps, and how to overcome those failures in any category, any department of your life. Really, it's a very powerful thing that works. It's like universal. It's like it can work anywhere. Whether it's, this is the route I take to work. There's a detour. There's ways to look at things. I guess it puts a smile on your face. What I was trying to do, like, it's less of a frustrating thing. Like, you look at things with a point of view that doesn't frustrate you. That doesn't make you mad. You should look at things. Okay, I messed up right here. Well, there's a way to get back on track. I can graduate from college, but I'm not taking that path. I'm taking a different path. I'm being optimistic about things. I guess you can say that.
How does it relate to truth, the way you present yourself to the world?
I guess you project yourself by, I guess, if you've been praised being smart, you project yourself as being a smart person. And it relates to truth, because if you're honest and you say, well, I don't know if I'm smart, but I've done this much work, that's evidence. We were talking about assertions. You can assert that you're smart with this amount of evidence. And I guess that's...
Do you feel like before you were truly being truthful with people
No.
around?
Before, I was projecting my abilities to I guess an exaggerating point, where I might have been up to the challenge or might not, but now it's I'm gonna do my work, do the talking for me. I'm gonna do my work, project my level of knowledge. Any more questions? Thank you.